Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well today. Today I want to be doing a little bit of a evolution of the latte makeup trend that went around a few years ago, but if you've not seen this, is the Pantone colour of the year. It's called Mocha Mousse. So it's very taupe-esque, very cool tone. From the fact that it's like a mousse vibe, I'm getting matte over like glossy. So I'm going to create a makeup look with that today. I'd love it if you can like and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot to me. And yeah, let's get into it. So if you don't know this about me, I am a designer. I work for an art consultancy. I like half create artworks. I'm like half an artist. I don't actually paint the pieces, but I design the pieces. So following Pantone colour trends is a very important part of my job. It's something that I focus on every year, and I'm a neutral girly. When I saw this forecast, I was like, okay. And I feel like we are seeing a bit more of that trend anyway within interiors and fashion. Very like cozy browns, and I think this kind of brown taupe style, I can see this already like in all the different markets. So let's start with makeup. I'm gonna do quite a matte look today, but I do want to give my skin some hydration. So I've got the Skin Hero. I'm nearly out of this, and I absolutely am obsessed with this product. So I think I might get the big one. It's not the cheapest of products, but I have loved this. So I like to buy minis, and if I love it, I will get the bigger one. It's almost like a little try before committing. And it comes out with a slight green tone, and I just love how, I'm going to rub this in with my hands. This gives my skin like moisture and hydration, but without making it too slippy. And it like plumps my skin. I feel like I say that a lot about certain products. Like, I want my skin to feel like plump, like a really important thing for me in skincare. Next we're going to go in with my Pro Filter Matte Mattifying Primer from Fenty. I really like this primer because even though it's a mattifying primer, it doesn't like suck the life out of your skin. So as I've got dry skin, that's important. And I'm just going to buff this in with a brush. I know some people are probably going to be like, oh, we've done this trend, we've done Strawberry Girl, we've done Latte, we've done all of it. I think they're quite fun. Maybe it's because I'm a makeup lover, but I quite enjoy seeing how everybody interprets things like this. I think it's just fun. Like, content can be a bit samey, and I guess when trends come along, whether like a lot of people are doing that trend, I think it just shows how different people can show their thoughts and imagination. So I quite like a little trend. They pop up just as quick as they die out, so if you really hate one, like the Strawberry Girl makeup wasn't really for me, but I can still appreciate it, and like I said, it kind of went as quick as it came. So these things don't last forever if you're not like a fan. So my skin feels matte, but like it doesn't feel dry, and I think that's important. I am going to go in today with my MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. This is a little bit warm for me, and yeah, I see this as a very monochromatic look, so I'm not going to be using any blush today. I feel like I've just put on an awful lot of that. I kind of got carried away. Use this little brush from a TikTok shop, and this is quite a nice foundation. It is a little yellow on me. This was before I found out I was a cool undertone girly, but we can make it work. I've got a high neck jumper on today. I love the colour taupe. I like it in my wardrobe, I like it in my makeup, I like it in my work, I like it in my everyday life. Like if I could pick my favourite colour, it would be like a neutral taupe. So I'm very excited to see where this colour kind of leads us. But yeah, I see this as a very like true neutral brown. I found with the like latte look, it was that kind of more like caramelly base, whereas this I see as like a very neutral kind of cooler vibe, but not like too cool it's like purple. So I feel like there's a fine line with this kind of shade of brown. I look very yellow. I love this foundation, but I really need to... This shade is NC11, so not Cool 11. So I should have had NW11, I think. So we are all blended in. I really do love the finish of this foundation. I'm going to go in my HMB concealer. We're going full coverage today. We're doing a full beat. This is in SF 0.5N. That's kind of literally where I always do my concealer. I do feel like we've had a lot of like bronzer releases this year, so I wonder if this will ignite more bronzer heavy like market. So I just worked all of that in. I'm looking very, very beat. Okay, yeah, so because this is quite monochromatic, I picked out my Pink Honey Contour Cake. This is a very cool kind of bronzer slash contour. Some people would just use it as a contour. I can actually use this as a very cool bronzer. And I know that sounds silly because that's what kind of contour is, but on my skin tone, this isn't actual like cool grey tone. So, and I want to kind of be quite specific where I put this. I'm taking a bit more of a smaller brush. I feel like this... No, I want this one, so a bit more dense. Can you see the difference? So they're still like small, but this one's a little bit denser. And I'm gonna pick some product up. Place it like quite high, if that makes sense. I'm gonna put some around my forehead. And then under my nose. So almost a very structured bronze. And I'm gonna actually go back to this more fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna start blending this out. I've wanted to keep it quite structured. Lift my nose by putting this here, and then depth on the forehead. Normally I do quite like blown out, but I wanted this to be, yeah, a bit more structured today. And if you do ever feel like you've over blended or come too far down, just go back in with your foundation brush and just make sure everything is nice and blended. You can always kind of go back and forth a little bit. I did also pick out my e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, and this is the contour. This is such a nice tone. Can you see it's that kind of like, again, the perfect kind of cool tone, but without it being grey. But I don't feel, I thought I might want to maybe intensify this a little bit, but I really like how this is looking. So I'm going to keep this. We are next going to set, and I picked out my One Size translucent powder. This is, I know all powders are matte, but this is a very matte powder for a long time. So some of my powders, like my Hourglass Veil and my Kosas Cloud Set, within a few hours I will still look a bit powdered, but it's an inner oils and like that kind of comes through a little bit more. So through time I look less powdered, and some days I want that. That's the look that I want. I don't like to look super like full coverage sometimes. if I want 6 hours later to look beat, this is the powder I'll grab. My Huda Beauty is also very similar, but this is like another one that I grab for that look. And I love a mini powder. Again, we love to like try, just in case it doesn't work for us. This is in translucent, and I've got my puff, and I am going to make sure I don't have any creases, and I'm going to set down, and look at that. Like, this is a powder. I'm going to do actually one side so we can actually have a look at everything side by side. So powder, no powder. This isn't a super heavy powder either. Sometimes I find with my Huda that sometimes I can feel the powder. I am matte. And then with the brush I'm just gonna really just make sure all of that powder's worked in, because it's a little bit more matte. I want all of the powder to kind of like go into the skin a little bit. Okay, now for powder, I picked out my, is it FILMSTAR Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. This is my most neutral powder. I really wish they would bring this out in a bigger pan. I love the tone. It is like a super neutral tone, but I don't find it like grey. So I'm going to pack on quite a lot, and I'm going to go over all of that cream. This does have a little bit of shimmering, like the tiniest bit, but it's not something that you like really notice. But yeah, this tone is perfect. I find the Charlotte Tilbury, the big bronzers, to be quite warm, whereas this, like, the tone is just perfect. And because I'm not using any blush today, I'm coming like a little bit further down than I normally would, because I'm almost using this as like a blush and bronze. And then for setting spray, I picked out my PORE FILT'R Mattifying Mist from the Beauty Crop. This is a nice setting spray for when you are wanting your makeup to stay like matte. Giving it a good shake. The misters on these setting sprays are like the best. I quite like the smell of this one. It says it's got niacinamide, green tea and hyaluronic acid in. It adds a tiny bit of life back into your makeup, but just keeps it matte, which we love. For eyes, I picked out my Revolution Forever Flawless Timeless Fantasy palette, and I just think this colour story is like perfect. We've got like the neutral browns. I'm not going to use any shimmer today, it's going to be fully matte, but all of these like neutral browns are like the perfect tone. This one as well. So yeah, I'm going to go away, do my brows, and then we'll come back and finish the eyes. So my brows, I'm just going to use the Brow Tease and the Refi pencil. These are like a gingery tone to match my hair. Yeah. Okay, for eye base, I'm going to go with my Blush in Collectible. I like to use this as an eye base if I'm doing maybe like a brown look, just because it's got that warmer base to kind of what I would normally do. But it's not like too warm. And I'm just going to tap that in all over my eyelid. So it's just prepped my eyes nicely for shadow. So I think I want to do, I'm going to go in with Desire, and I'm going to almost do like a little rounded section here. This colour is literally perfect. It's like the perfect kind of taupey brown, and I'm gonna just do this in the corner too, so it's like a very soft kind of halo. all the edges are very blurred and it's kind of rounded. And I'm going quite high. I've been enjoying going like higher with my shadows recently. I think it's because obviously when I drop down, so I have hooded eyes, so actually if I don't go high I lose all the shadow. Everything is like nice and rounded. For the middle I'm gonna pick this like whitish tone called Redefined and just lighten up that centre part. So it's all just very kind of soft and moussey. Okay, I'm going to kind of do that on the other eye. So creating that circular kind of shape here. And then we're going to do the inner section. And I'm taking that Rewind colour again. And just blending it in the middle. And then for underneath, I want to go in with this chic colour and just run this under. I'm just making sure everything joins up. I feel like I had glitter on this brush because I have like shimmer on this eye. I picked out one of my Vive eye ones. This is in coffee. So this is kind of a warmish brown, so I don't want to use too much of this because obviously this is a bit more of a cooler look. I would love them to bring out a really cool tone brown in these. I have espresso, but it's almost like a black, so something a bit lighter than this and cool tone would be nice. What I am going to do is I'm just going to take this on a little detailer brush and I just like to run that on my under eyes just to intensify. Go back in with that Desire colour and just really smudge that out. I'm going to go in with my Refy mascara. I really don't want like a clumpy lash. I want my lashes to be quite like lengthened. I like this mascara. You just have to trust, have faith in yourself. You're not gonna stab yourself and then you don't. What I don't like to do with this mascara is my bottom lashes. I find it really hard to do. I don't actually own a brown mascara. I've got a red one, the burgundy one, but yeah, I need to buy one because I would have used the brown mascara with this. But yeah, I didn't want a clumpy lash. I wanted like a lengthening moment. And then for lips, I pulled out my Greige lip liner from MAC. This is fairly new. Let me just swatch this here. This is the tone here, and it's a very like neutral brown. I chose this over Stone because Stone has that like slight purple like tinge to it. So yeah, I thought this would be a better solution. I always like to fill in the bottom lip, but you can see how like neutral it is. And then I picked out Posh Spice from Jeffree Star, the most neutral brown, almost grey. And this is like a liquid lipstick like, so I thought this would be suitable because it's almost like that like moussey vibe. So here we have it. I'm obsessed. I love a neutral makeup look. And yeah, the lip is maybe a little bit cool tone, but this is how I see like that mousse vibe. And yeah, I think the eyes look really pretty. It's very monochromatic, very like one tone, but that is the vibe. I feel like I nailed it. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think of this colour. Some people are probably going to find it the most boring colour ever, but there's a place for neutrals everywhere. I love a cool tone vibe, like cool tone makeup just has my heart. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like always, I'll link everything down below. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and yeah, hopefully see you again super soon. Bye.